Hi Scorpio, I wanted to jump in here and do a quick weekly reading for you. Um, Already jumping. Seven of Cups, Knight of Wands. I don't know if that means anything for any one of you, but it could be some confusion happening. You could be dealing with fire sign, Aries, Leo, Sagittarius. But let's get going and get into your energy, Scorpio, for the week of January 24th through the 31st, please. Archangel, Spirit Guides, and my ancestors, please allow me to deliver the messages that I need to deliver to our friends in the sign of Scorpio for the week of January 24th through the 31st. Allow me to deliver the messages that will be for their highest good, and only let the good spirits light to come through and deliver these messages. I ask you to please protect us, protect our energy, protect our finances, our home, our relationships, our love, our mental state. Protect us all right now at this moment and let us move into our best path that's going to bring us our highest good. Okay, Scorpio. I don't know why I wanted to pray on our mental state here. But we could be dealing with a little bit of anxiety. You guys can be. I know I sometimes am. So I definitely sympathize with you guys if you are. But just a reminder that, worrying about things is not going to really speed it up and get it resolved. There was a quote by Buddha that said, if there's a solution to the problem, worrying is not going to help. And if there's not a solution, worrying's not going to help. Basically, it's like loosely based on the quote. I'm paraphrasing, but definitely makes sense. You can't, if you worry about it, it's not going to change the outcome. If it's going to work in your favor, it will. If it's not, worrying about it, it's not going to help. So yeah, I think that's what it said. So anyway, Scorpio, just basically wanted to give you a little bit of love and encouragement, knowing that if you are going through a little bit of anxiety or stress, it's going to be okay. And if it's not going to be okay, there's no sense worrying about it. Okay, so let's get into your energy. I'm using the Legacy of the Divine Tarot deck right now for you guys. I was really called to use this deck for you. I don't know why. I've been using a bunch of other decks, but this one called out for you guys. It's a beautiful deck. If you guys are interested in any kind of decks, I'm not sponsored at this. What I bought this with my own money, but it comes with this really big book, and it has such good stories, and it explains not only the cards but tarot in a really, really nice way. So if that's something that you guys are interested in, definitely check it out. And I know you can get it. I got mine on Amazon, but I'm sure you can get them at eBay or other places. Okay, so let's get into your energy. Sorry, I am a little bit off on a tangent, so it could mean that you guys are having a little bit of hard time focusing right now, because your energy has me all over the place. Okay, so let's get started. Scorpio, the week of June 24th through the 31st. I don't usually ask people to do this, but if anybody wants to timestamp these readings and let people know when the reading gets started, it would be so greatly appreciated. I'll definitely consider you a little super moon over here. Okay, so let's get started. You have the Six of Coins, the Fool in reverse, Five of Coins, Hangman, the Empress, Page of Coins, and at the bottom of the deck you have the Eight of Wands. So definitely heavy energy, and you're definitely dealing with some anxiety, definitely feeling maybe like you're having a little bit of money issues. You're not really sure where you stand with a certain situation, and you're kind of not wanting to go ahead and take a risk right now because things are a little bit up in the air, or you feel like they're up in the air. But the Six of Coins here shows a good amount of balance in terms of money. So if you are worried about money and that's something that you're really concerned about, you really should probably try to get out of this energy of worry, because it's like, when they say you what you think about you bring about, and you don't want to be staying in a place where you're constantly worrying about what things you don't want. So if this is something that's happening for you right now, definitely try to focus on what you do have, and just keep asking telling yourself, I'm so grateful I have more than I need. I always am provided for, because it seems like you do have someone that's always there to support you, whether it's financially or emotionally. You do have a good, solid support system with you. It may not feel like that, but you do. So sometimes when we are in anxiety and we have the stress, we start to think and worry about what's not even going to be happening. The fact that I was bringing a Buddhist quote about being in this space where worry is not, it's not going to help or hinder a situation, so why do it? So definitely get out of your head and stop worrying about whether you're going to have enough. And if you're not in a place where you feel like you are not getting enough, clear your mind enough to know to find out and to make a plan on how to get stability in your life again, because the Six of Coins is earth energy. This is stability, this is financial stability. This can also talk about maybe a little bit of like, I'm giving more than I'm getting. So this is probably a good opportunity for you to speak up if you're not getting in return what you're giving out. And maybe this will help you feeling depleted, because if you stop doing for others and start focusing more on yourself and having more of a balanced energy in your life, of your money and your time, then you'll start to feel a little bit less stress and less anxiety. Okay. You have the Fool in reverse, and the Fool usually talks about taking a leap of faith and taking a risk on something. And right now you're very cautious. You're kind of like, and you also have the Hangman here. I'm going a little bit ahead, but I see these two are mirroring each other. These cards look almost exactly the same, because you're hanging out. You're kind of contemplating. You're in a contemplative state. You're not making a decision one way or another, but you're feeling like you're getting left out in the cold, like you don't have enough. The Five of Coins is the energy of lack. It's the energy of, oh my God, how am I, when you're worrying about if you're going to be able to pay your bills. You're worrying about, if you're going to have enough, if you're going to be able to pay off the house, if you're going to be able to, like, all those things are worrying you right now. Or maybe you were abandoned by someone that was a good source of, support financially, so this is definitely in the air, but this is an energy that you can remedy really quickly, because you're going from the 6 to the 5, but you're kind of in this place where you're not taking a risk. So maybe if you do take a risk at maybe parting ways with someone that's, draining your finances, or maybe walking away from a situation or a job that's not really bringing you the money that you need. And the Hangman, if you see it here, it's in reverse. So the Fool was in reverse, and they both look like the same, right? But the Hangman is usually, hanging out, not really doing, much of anything, and you're kind of like in this place where um you're too scared. You're not really wanting to go forward. You're in a place where you're kind of just, trying to see what happens, and you're leaving it up to God, or leaving it up to who knows. You're like imagining all these wonderful things are going to happen, and you're like, how do I make it happen? It's the Hangman energy. um but it is going to pay off. You have the Empress right after, and the Empress talks about, starting a new project and having it be, like giving birth to something new, giving birth to a new relationship, a new job, a new situation that's going to bring you happiness and sweetness. The Empress, when she's in the upright, she is the one that brings the sweetness of life. She's the mother, the one that like cuddles you when you've had a hard day at work, who comes back to you and gives you good, advice, and words of encouragement and words of wisdom. The Empress is going to be the one that bring you that good energy back, and you feel like I can accomplish anything because I have her supporting me. So if this is an older woman in your life, or if this is a mother in your life, or a mother figure that's giving you the support, you might be able to get out of this funky energy where you're just kind of holding on and not really uh, making a choice, making a decision. Because the Fool in reverse, um, and the Hangman, such energies of like just being stagnant, just being stuck, not being able to move forward, not being able to take that leap of faith, that risk of saying, you know what, I'm just going to go for it. I mean, this is like, look at how he's grabbing onto something, and he's just like, he's juggling so many things, but he's like, he opened this box and he's just ready to pick whatever new situation he is. He's taking a risk on it because it's just, he feels like, hey, I can do it. The dog's like, oh, don't go, but he's like, nope, I'm gonna go. I'm gonna go ahead and take a risk. So maybe get out of this situation where you're feeling like stuck. This is not a good place to be in, where you're kind of like I'm going to flip this full for you in the upright so that you do feel like you can go ahead and take a risk, because it does look like it might pay off. You have the Page of Coins. So this is the Empress and the coin is really good energy of stability and love all together. So maybe leaving a situation where you got left out in the cold, but you're moving into something a little bit better. Okay. Definitely, you want to be in a place where you are secure, where you don't feel stressed, where you're not feeling worried at night, because that Five of Coins energy is an energy of being like basically like left out in the cold, like homeless, or being left with nothing, destitute. But the Page of Coins is like, here's a new opportunity for you to get everything that you lost back. This is like the beginning of it. Or it could be a child. The Empress also speaks of a child. So you could be, getting pregnant and you're worried, how am I going to be able to take care of this baby? Do I have enough money to pay for a baby? And you're kind of like, well, I have to wait 9 months or 10 months or whatever to see if this will work. And, you're not going to, it's too late to take a risk because you might have already gotten pregnant. So it could be different things. This is a general reading, so it could be different things for different people. But with the Eight of Wands at the bottom of the deck, it shows a lot of messages, a lot of good communication that's going to come in. So whatever situation you are in, yes, it might seem overwhelming and heavy, but it's not as heavy and overwhelming as you might think. I know it seems that way and it sounds like, but it's easier said than done. But it doesn't look like it is as heavy and as negative as you might be making it in your head, because when you're in anxiety, you create so many different scenarios. But with the Empress and the Page of Coin as your outcome and the energy of at the end of the week, it shows that this is moving into a very fruitful, lucrative period in your life. So I'm going to go ahead and pull some Lovers Oracle for you. I didn't know which one was going to call out to me, but Lovers Oracle it is. I just want to elaborate a little bit on the story for you. So I'm going to pull 3 cards and then we'll call it a day. Okay, Scorpio. I'm really excited. I really don't do too many Scorpio videos, and I really like your energy, even though it's all over the place. I feel like you guys might be a little bit anxious and might be like not concentrating enough on what it is that you're doing. But if you are pregnant, if you are one of those Scorpios that I'm connecting with that is pregnant, that's totally normal. Like they call it pregnancy brain, when you're kind of like all over the place and worried but sad and happy and all at the same time. So it's completely normal. Don't worry about it. It'll go away maybe when they're like 18. When they're about 20. No, it doesn't go away. Sorry to break it to you. I'm just kidding. It is the best thing in the world to be a mom, in my opinion. But it is very difficult too. So if you are having a baby, congratulations. Enjoy it. It's one of the most amazing things. There's too many. But it is difficult. So I feel you. I get the anxiety. If this is you, I get the anxiety. There's 2. One more, please. One more for Scorpio. Ooh, Scorpio, you got 2. I think I'm going to start pulling 4 because I meant to pull 3 and I've been getting 4. So I'm taking 4. The first one, that's the picture. It says, beware of what you are projecting. Oh my God, that's exactly what I was telling you. For the qualities you admire in one another are qualities you both possess. Equally so, the qualities that you don't want are also your own reflection. So be really mindful about your self-talk and about your mind talk and about the energy that you're allowing. The anxiety can make you go nuts. It could make you start thinking about things that are not even in your equation, but you start to pull them in. So stop with, if you are having those kind of thoughts and feelings, like, what you think about, you bring about. Just put an end to it by allowing yourself to just think about all the good things you do want. You could be in the middle of a storm and you're like thinking that I'm in a beach, I'm having, a pina colada or something like wonderful like that. You're making the decision to choose what experience you're having, okay? I know it's easier said than done. Trust me, I know. The second card, you may not always understand why certain things happen. However, there is always a higher purpose to the events in your life. Through turmoil, a blessing will soon be revealed. I mean, guys, I can't make this up. I just said if you guys were in the middle of a storm, you would still be okay. Through turmoil, a blessing will soon be revealed. If this is not making sense to you, I don't even know, because it's like hitting on so many points, and it's hitting on in such a way that I'm like, guys, don't worry, you're gonna be good. Your baby's gonna be good. If you're having a baby, if it's a new job, it's gonna be good. If it's a new relationship, it's gonna be good, because then you have playfulness. So laughter is the best therapy. Have some fun together, and remember, love is the greatest healer. So this also talks about, just getting a little bit of this heavy energy out of your mindset and your mind frame, and get it out of your life, and be more playful, be flirtatious, go out, and even if it's, you don't have to spend money, because if you are a little bit on the tight, with your budget, you can just go for a walk and have fun with the person that you're with. So the one that jumped out, soulmate. It says your soulmate is already with you in spirit. Believe this, and they will physically manifest. They will manifest physically. Isn't that beautiful? So a lot of the same things, the messages that were coming through for you that I was relaying for you, kind of the same things with your oracle cards as with your tarot cards. So I'm really happy when that happens, because they kind of mesh and they kind of give you a full like confirmation of the first messages that were being delivered to you. So I hope that is helpful. If it doesn't resonate, don't worry about it. Just come back next time. It might be your reading, and maybe you have to check your other signs, your sun, moon, and rising, to make sure that maybe your story is in another sign, okay? So I hope to see you guys next time. Please hit like, subscribe, and share this with your friends and everyone else, because I really do love and support your support, and I appreciate it. Thank you guys, and see you next time.